Alright, let's move on and tackle the guitar solo and the final verses with the kick snare technique. First, the solo. The solo is based on 3 chords. I'm going over the E minor to the D and the C9 grip. You'll find those scattered throughout, and you'll definitely find me playing the bass note of those chords when they change. Over the first E minor chord, I add nothing. But moving to the D, there's quite a bit here. Move yourself into the second position, getting your first finger in the 2nd fret, your 4th finger up here in the 5th fret. Have those fingers play all those relative numbers, and we'll really simplify the process. Now that's all pulls in there. Pretty much that goes over the D chord, getting us to that C9. Melodies up here on string number 1, 3rd fret of our C9 chord, onto E minor chord. Just slide from 3 to 5, 3 to open string, onto the D chord. Using your 2nd and 4th finger, we're going to hammer up. And again, 2nd and 4th finger. We're playing 3rd and 5th frets here. C9 chord comes up next. We're going to keep that 2nd fret down, or 2nd finger in the 3rd fret, I should say. Bring your 1st finger across, get that C. Hold that C for as long as possible. 3rd and 5th frets, I did a pull at the beginning. And moving into our next E minor chord. I think that's still over the C9 chord, but I don't have room to play the bass note. That's a 5th fret, pull to the 3. Move up a string, 4th, pull to the 2nd. Here's your E minor chord. Again, I'm in 2nd position here. Sometimes it's difficult to play slowly. Adding just the bass note on beat number 1 there. Here's our D chord. D is represented just by that 5th fret on string number 5 here. Onto our C chord again. Now by here we're just I didn't realize how much is actually in the 2nd position. I do stick with my 3rd and 1st finger to start that run off, and then into 2nd position. Up to the 7th fret, my 3rd and 1st, over the E minor chord here. Very bluesy, kind of over the D. Here's our C chord again. It's the blues run. I wanted to get back to this spot here, so I could go for that really fast melody on string number 3. Here I'm playing the open string, hammering with my 1st finger, still hammering up to my 3rd finger, pulling back to my 1st. So I'm actually only plucking the strings 1 time there. Concluding with 2 notes. The 2nd fret on string 4 opens the 3rd string. And I place that same melody over all of the chords. So there it is over the E minor, represented by the open string 6. Over the D with our open string 4. 2nd finger comes in, grabs that 3rd fret on string number 5, giving us the C. Now because of that 2nd finger is now in use, I changed my fingering so that my 4th finger reaches up for the higher note in the lick. This chord lasts for a full measure, so I have to play the lick 4 times. Still onto my E minor. And the D. At this point I throw in a percussive bring my ring finger down, and then a triplet, ring to index. My left hand comes across, gets to the top, kick sound, ending on the snare sound. Okay. Now we're through to the second half of the guitar solo, where that melody there repeats itself over and over again, and we kind of respond to that with different licks kind of thing. Usually this melody goes over the E minor chord, and then we give the bass into the D. So that's 3 and 4 on strings 2 and 3. Back to the second frets. Second frets again to the open strings. So E minor, the D. At this point we're on to the C, where again a phrase will happen over top of that chord. There's kind of doing a C9 chord. The melodies here on string number 2. We're back into another phrase. A simple melody over the C9 chord. And we conclude this whole solo with our C9 chord. Hold that grip. Use your third finger down on string number 1. Do some pulls from our 3rd fret to open string. Play the second string as well. Okay, moving on to the kick snare technique applied to the final verses here. Now, again, the chords don't change. Still doing the E minor, the D, and the C9 chord. But with the E minor chord, I'm going to apply 2 kick sounds, hitting the top of the guitar with my wrist, coming down with my middle and ring fingers. So it's that motion there. So we come down. At the same time as doing a kind of a snare sound with my thumb, hitting the thumbs on the top strings, I strum the open 1st, 2nd, and 3rd string. So we have the play your bass note with the thumb, and that's string number 4. Go into your D chord and apply the melody over top. And there's our C9 chord. There's not a lot of percussion here. I just kind of do a kick snare at the end of the measure. So we have. Now there's some variations within the melody, and over the D chord we actually get up to the higher 7th fret. Now if you're new to the kick snare sound, you should probably just play through the 3 chords, doing kick, snare, over and over again. So we have the kick, snare on the E minor, kick, snare on the D, and then a full measure on the C9. Now, the final verses would sound just fine without the kick snare technique, but it really does kind of build the arrangement at that point. Good luck, and feel free to ask questions. Thanks.